tweeting the truth, grinding in web, the blockchain, the proof. From the wallet to the moon, we holding it strong. What's the road to riches in the crypto song? Check the charts, yeah, the market's alive. BTC pumping, our coins are thriving. FT's flipping, got the bear in my pack. Smart contracts clicking, no turning back. The fire yields, we're stacking the gains. Hotel to the dip, no stress in my veins. Post on X, GM fam, let's rise. Let's warriors, we reaching the skies. Good morning on X, we're tweeting the truth. Grinding in web, the blockchain, the proof. From the wallet to the moon, we holding it strong. What's the road to riches in the crypto song? Gas fees low, yeah, we're moving with ease. Layer 2 solutions, breezing the seas. Minting new tokens, community tight. Web dreaming, we're working all night. Say GM to the fam, positivity spread. Crypto's the future, fiat's long dead. From Solana to ETH, we building the way. Rasta in the code, Jah guide us today. Yeah. My vibes on the blockchain secure, decentralized, roll the vision so pure. No bank, no boss, just peer to peer. With the dream, and we're working all life. X keep us linked, the signal so clear. Tweeting GM loud, let the whole world hear. Yo, yeah, yeah. Oh, good morning on X, we're tweeting the truth. Grinding in web, the blockchain, the proof. From the wallet to the moon, we holding it strong. What's the road to riches in the crypto song? So wake up, man, and grind, don't stop. Web first the way, we're reaching the top. Good morning on X, let's keep it real. Crypto's the fire, just love we feel. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. One love, one chain, one dream. Where forever we reign supreme.
All right.
What's the ticker? Yeah. What's the ticker? Where's it at? What is the ticker? Where's it at? I got crypto in the bag, send the CA in the chat. Gonna another fact, got a runner on the map. Solana sniping like a gat, and the Zoe is moving quickly. I'm the squeeze them where they at. I'm trying to bring the Mimquins back. 1,000X is gonna land. I got him chilling in the back, and the gas fees are gonna slap. Where's the ticker? Where's it at?
Yes. Good morning. Good morning, Tick. Oh,
Yeah. What's the ticker?
what's the ticker?
Yeah.
Stop. Here we go. Here we go. Good morning, Tick. Are you there? Are you getting some coffee? What are you up
Yes,
to on this Monday? Are you
yes.
caffeinated?
Yeah, I just got my coffee. I got my blonde espresso, which
Oh,
I'm styling with. I like to do the instant coffee. I don't know why. I used to brew a pot when I'd wake up, but now it's just easier to throw a few scoops of few teaspoons of the espresso, instant espresso in there. I don't know. Have you tried
yes.
it? Instant
I
espresso?
tried it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not against it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, look, I have a machine, right? A Italian machine. So I just, do the beans, it grounds the beans, and then, but it's kind of a process. So I get you in the morning if you want to,
Yeah.
just hook yourself up with caffeine fast. And this is not a bad
Yeah.
idea at all.
Well, I do it a weird, kind of a different way. I have my espresso, the instant espresso, and then I have like instant cappuccino because I don't just drink it black. So
Oh,
so I
right.
mix. I put the like today I did spoons of the blonde espresso powder, which is like beautiful looking. It's like a light gold color, the instant espresso, and then
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
instant cappuccino powder it comes in a separate jar, and that's just like this like powdered cappuccino stuff. But I'll or no, which it's mocha right now, so it's got like a hint of chocolate. So I mixed the two instant coffees, and the result though is actually like amazing. It's like better than what you could get at Starbucks. I swear, it's really good.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot, that you can do at home that's already better than Starbucks.
True.
Uh,
That's such a good point, and you say that often. Take that $5 or $8 that you're spending every
yeah,
day on Starbucks and buy Bitcoin. Take
Yes.
5 of those dollars and buy Bitcoin with it, and then the other three
Yes.
save it or
I
put it
mean,
towards
well,
gas. I don't know.
at this point, it's just that's $5 to $8, just a little effort, right? Putting
Yeah,
your a little effort yourself to save that, buy Bitcoin, right,
yeah,
on a daily, and you'll be glad that you did, and it's something that you can unnoticeably do, right? It's not that hard to make your own coffee. Let's go.
yeah. Well,
Welcome everybody on the live spaces. Let's try
mm-hmm.
and do a better job to welcome people there too.
Dead KOL,
It
what's
is
up?
Monday. It is Monday on X, right? It's Monday in Web3. And of course, we had this weekend. I was in the crypto moonlight this morning already talking about, like, yeah, well, we kind of called these levels already for a whole week. I've been waiting for this retesting of that lower trend line. I don't think the war had any bearing on this. This was always going to be my target, that 98, 99, 100 zone, right? And we might even need to retouch it again, even though there is now this CME gap forming at 104 Bitcoin. So, yes, well, let's look at that chart. I'm expecting some pumps to come in later this week, Tuesday, Wednesday. But maybe, that's all volume depending. It's really hard to time these things. Tend to look at those more on a daily, keep it in mind. But we are going to get some pumps back this week. I don't think we're going to fall anymore. We retested the trend line. Once was enough to do that. And so, yes, we will pump up to resistance there. And then possibly what's going to happen is that sideways, sideways shuffle that Bitcoin likes to do
Mm-hmm.
in a channel. The channel is already known. We posted it before, right? What that looks like, and so the bottom part of that was that 98.99. It got
Mm-hmm.
touched. It touched the upper channel as well. We got rejected, so then it needs to go ahead and touch that down, right? Touch that down channel of Bitcoin. Bitcoin likes to move in a continuous bullish continuation, which is otherwise known as a bull flag. And we have a few of those as examples, but the one that Bitcoin always likes to move in is that one that makes the lower highs, lower lows, right? So clearly into a channel sideways to the down. And it does so. It likes to do that over the summer and likes to do that over the winter. So, this year was nothing else. Nothing new under the sun here for Bitcoin. And like I said, last week I was ready for looking for some, getting my bear head on, looking for shorts because that 98.99 was on my bingo card list. So I was like, we can only hang on to a price so long before price drops. That's just how that goes. And so that quicksand in the middle of that channel, what happens is a lot of traders will actually sell half of what they got here because
Mm.
it's moving in the middle, it's moving in that quicksand zone. And the reason I call it quicksand is because it is more likely to fall through there. If price not pumpy, price stays too long on one level, there
Yeah,
will be sell-offs, right? Then we need to
yeah.
retest some more support. And well, we did that. And of course, then people are going to look for the reason why there was this quote unquote crash, which was a percentage down
Right.
for Bitcoin that is really not, even be called a crash at
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
I've seen worse. But yeah, that is just people trying to make sense of what happens to their bags, especially in the alts. And so if they don't know, they're going to look for reasons and they will, hook it up to news, which is also, kind of weird because it's such a fallacy to think that war is bad for Bitcoin to begin with, right? That's one. And two is like when we explain the pumps, we never explain it with war. While war is always very good for, like I said, Bitcoin. So it's really, when we're pumping, are we going to blame that on war as well? No, it's always to the down and a negative because war is overall seen as negative. While for the markets, it's actually when war is going on and insecurities. I mean, war is expensive. The money printers will go on, cause inflation, and cause then Bitcoin, gold, stock market, real estate. These things are all pumping when that happens, and so a little bit unfair to. Hook all this on the news while we were retesting this channel, and these levels were on many, many people's cards already to trade. And if you
Mm-hmm.
like to know what's going on with your alts, well, it's gonna suck even harder for a little bit. And it's bullish and both bearish on the short term, right? It's bearish for the alts because 8 months and no relief. I mean, almost 9 months, no relief, constant pressure from Bitcoin, 65% plus the dominance. That can even rise to 70%, causing even more pressure for these alts. And that just means that whatever Bitcoin does, the alts will do harder, right? So when Bitcoin pumps, the alts are not allowed to pump and they pump harder. When Bitcoin goes down, well, they follow Bitcoin and go down, but they go down harder. And the reason for that is that their market caps are lower. Not per se that there are more sellers there, but the market caps are lower, so they're easier to pump harder. And but it also means there's going to be more blood when these amounts are being sold. So that's again why a dollar cost average strategy, your DCA strategy, matters. Right here is where it matters the most. So you don't need to look at these charts. You don't need to go and fetch all the information. You don't need to be confused. You're just waiting for that one moment that when Bitcoin tops out, ugly volume comes into the market due to that dominance and dropping. And that's where your bags really get a pump. That's where all the alts are really allowed to move and possibly catch their all-time highs and making new all-time highs. Unfortunately, everybody was calling for alt season. I don't know what they're doing in crypto, but there was never going to be an alt season before the summer. uh, I would hope for some relief. That's usually a trend, that we get a little bit of a relief rally like we did in November, right? When it drops like 7, 8, 9%, that would be nice. Give these all some room to do a little pump before the summer, but that didn't happen. And that is just because people are too bullish on Bitcoin. We saw it come down just a little bit. That money went into pumped Ethereum back up, and then profits were taken there. And, immediately went back into Bitcoin and not the rest of the market. So usually we wait for that Ethereum outflow for the most part for the rest of the alts. And then what is the outflow has been consisting of for the alts? Well, we can look up too. When you go to DeFi Llama, you can watch this in and outflows of Ethereum. And then it has consistently been gone. So the volume outflow of Ethereum consistently have gone to number one, Sui, number two, Base, number three, Solana, number four, Arbitrum. Even though Arbitrum and Solana are kind of fighting for three and four all the time there. So that is that top over there. So that should tell you something where the money goes when ETH pumps and has outflow. It will spill over into that top four. And you can keep an eye on it. You go to DeFi Llama and look up all sorts of interesting data. And numbers don't lie. People lie. Charts don't lie. And numbers don't lie. So if you ever see people screaming for things, just do your own research and confirm, right, that that is actually happening before you are making moves with your portfolio. And so, yeah, that's what's up. What do you got going on? Tick, that's just the market. Do you want me to say something about
Um,
Bitcoin? Do you want me to call some
I can pull up a
friends?
ticker that I'm looking at that I want to. Yeah, I actually do want your opinion on it. I've been saving this one. Uh, but yeah,
Saving it up.
let's. Yeah, I've been just. Yeah, I've been.
Yeah,
Okay, here.
do it.
Let me get the contract address. There we go. It's called Zen AI, and you may have heard of it because I had heard of it, and I remember seeing it pop up. But now that I think about it, I think it may have popped up after like I kind of swore off degenning. But I came across this recently. For some reason, the tech is so familiar. I feel like I've used it before, so I don't know. Here's the that's the CA. It's Zen AI. And their website is
You know what I immediately don't like?
what?
They call it Sen AI, but it's a pump fund launch, and this is not a custom CA. This has not been built, and for me, immediately bearish a signal. I'm not,
Wow.
if you want to be utility,
It's a
you don't
utility
launch
token,
the
yeah.
pump fund, right?
Yeah.
So you
Well,
because the yeah, I love it. I love how it looks, and I'm sure because of the AI narrative, people will overlook any of this, and most people will overlook all of this. But just for me personally, I
yeah.
know that when you want to come with a product on the market that has meat to the bone, you're not going to launch through pump fund, because the whole thing is you do not have access to any of that liquidity anymore that you might use after half a year. After locking it for half a year, you might want to use part of that LP for what? Exchange listings, right? That kind of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
marketing, right? And just then relock it again. But at least they have, some locked in there that they can take out for marketing a little bit and then lock it again, or at least for listings, for big listings, so you usually paid in that way. So for me, that whole LP being burned, not being accessible, I mean, a meme token launches through Pump Fund. If you have something serious, you're not launching through Pump Fund. You make sure you have an in-house developer, right, that can do that for you if you cannot do it yourself. But then you got to spend some money and hire people. So for me, right away, red flag is that it launched through Pump Fund.
Mm.
I guess, from a business standpoint, if you want to have a good project, I mean, it kind of makes sense, right, that you're not launching through a meme token platform, basically. Yeah.
Mm.
And there's also just not pump fund. There's better launch pads on there that give a better, because what also is happening is that uh, the pump fund has really just one amount of supply. Everything, there's just one, everything's the same.
Oh,
You
well,
cannot pick anything. And there are launch pads on Solana that let you pick your tokenomics better, right? And
mm,
tokenomics are important for longevity. And so for that to be on pump fund as well, it's kind of be like, meh, that's the same supply, the same LP, the same shit, different day for any token that's launched through there. There are better platforms to do that. So even though it looks really, really great, the fact that it's launched through pump fund, for me,
yeah.
I wouldn't buy any. Yeah, I'm
Did you
sorry if you
look?
did. I don't want to fudge your bags here,
Yeah.
but
Did you look at what
you're
the
gonna get. Yeah,
utility does? Did
yeah,
you?
you can have this. Yeah, but I'm not impressed.
Yeah, so you hold by holding the tokens, you have access to these models, and
Yeah,
so it actually works. Like I have
yeah.
used it and created stuff with it. So um, the thing is that okay, so I spent over $200 to use Open Art for like a week. Because I went through the 12,000 credits like that quickly. It's easy to do.
Hmm.
With this, if you hold
So
by
I want
holding
to
the
know that. I want to know what you did then, because I upgraded there, and it for me, I'm $49 a month, and I get over 120,000 credits.
Oh, I did a year. I paid for a year
Oh,
for
you did a year.
yeah, and so but when you do that then because it's cheaper if you do a year, but you get
Yeah, yeah,
12,000 credits a month. So I already burned through my credits this month, so I got to wait
yeah.
till a few more days cuz 2 more weeks I think. I went through them in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, but you also can do additional, buy additional for $10. You get like
Yeah,
a full.
a
You get like
booster.
20K or something.
Yeah. Right now I'm just figuring out more ways
Yeah,
to
yeah.
do
But I
free.
get what you're saying. This
Yeah.
is tokenized and could be something.
Yeah. Yeah.
But 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 for me, okay,
Mm,
their AI product might be good. Why the F do you launch through Pump Fund though?
yeah,
Are you
that's
just trying to be
sketchy.
cheap and easy here? What is going on?
Yeah.
And I for utility to survive, the tokenomics of Pump Fund are not helpful for longevity. It's going to be bust. Too many tokens. It's not lining up. There's too little LP. They got to then a project that has to add LP separately, right, and log that in. You got to pay mine to that. I mean, look, they could have done a better job, at least doing another launch pad that would give them, better tokenomics to suit their product and for longevity, right? Because these things that are burned, renounced, they cannot do anything about that anymore. So
Yeah.
for longevity, I don't think it's great that a pump fund that you launch utility through a pump fund thing that is supposed to be. You're now showing that you know maybe a lot about AI, but jack shit about crypto and tokenomics
Mm, yeah. Um,
or
huh.
developing, building, coding in general. So I don't
Yeah.
want to be a douche here, but that's just I think so lazy. You should. I mean, there were other platforms that you could have done way better with for longevity, right? To keep your project alive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
So
don't
can
know.
it pump? Yeah, it can pump. It can cruise that AI narrative. When it pumps, most people won't give a jack, right? And they'll be in and out because it's on Solana. So there's going to be volatility there. I don't know. They also use a Solana Foundation thing like to add some legitimacy, but I bet you it's not connected nor supported.
Oh, yeah, on the Zen AI. Yeah. So, yeah, it's got the thing that says audited by Certic, which I don't know what that is. Um, yeah, it's token gating the AI models. So video creation and image creation by holding a certain number of tokens, and you have access to these models.
Mm.
500 boosts. So on Dex Screener June 19th, it was ranking at number 9. Um, yeah. But yeah,
Audited
this
by
is a newer
Certic. Yeah, but
project.
Certic.
Yeah.
Audit. Of course they can audit. It's a pump fund launch. There's nothing to audit here to begin with, right?
Yeah, true.
Let me call. See.
Soul Scan. What about Dex
It,
Tools
it, uh,
and Bird Eye? Um. Oh, what did you think of that video that I made? The S&P 500.
so
Did you see that?
yeah, hold on.
with the cuss
Yeah, that
words in
is
it.
great. You made a great thing there.
Did you like
Look,
the?
I'm not gonna say it's nothing. It's just not something I would put on my watch list for
Gotcha.
any holdings for long term. Would I trade it? Sure, but it's not something I would just add to. If you're using it and you're using the
The
AI,
utility, yeah.
sure, right?
Yeah, because right
Trade
now
it
it's
at least.
cheap enough where you can access the higher end models because the right now it's down 20%. So it's like and so I was thinking about buying more so I can access all of the models, and but I was just kind of really on the fence with it, and like that's why I kind of wanted to see what you knew about it, if you'd heard of it, and
No, I did. I saw it. Maybe I saw it passing by,
yeah, yeah, it looked
but then
familiar. I
maybe
think
just.
yeah.
Well, that's what I said before. There's a lot being launched that has that AI gravy,
Mm-hmm.
uh, but launched on platforms, and it's just like, yes, I'm not on board with that at all. Right? I mean, if you don't want to be a meme, that pump in your contract is gonna give off vibes. I mean, look, right? You cannot deny this. But yeah, let's not go there again. Uh, yeah, if you're using it, good to go, right? I
Mm.
don't know what the chart does there, but I didn't think you're not that much interested into the chart to begin with. If you're just holding to use the technology, man, I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to sound like a bear today, right? But it's just that I get
Well, it's down like
it's
20%.
true.
That's one of the reasons that, but I mean, everything's pulling back. So, but I was just wondering, I was just kind of wondering what you knew
Well,
about it. So,
not everything is pulling back. I have a long open on Nakamoto games up 8%.
yeah,
I
and
am
Gem,
trading. I mean, I'm trading. I told everybody kind of watch that dip on Estate X, right?
uh huh, yeah,
Yep. That happened, and so that's gonna do a reversal. People always, after launch, you have to wait for the dip to come in.
yeah, I had that one on my
Um,
watch list. I was waiting for the
Franking,
dip,
yeah,
because of, yeah,
yeah.
because it's on Solana. So I really like the fact that ESX is on Solana. Yeah, and so where is it? Holy hell, yeah, it's ESX is up a
Yep,
shit ton right
yep.
now. Okay.
That's kind of like with these new things that are bullish. They're gonna retrace, find the floor. Pre-sailers are gonna come out, or airdroppers are gonna come over. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What's the pressure there? People are gonna be like, "Oh, this is not gonna do anything," and then it starts to pump because it is actually something, and everybody should look at it. Right,
Yeah.
this is gonna be the it's in testnet now. Their blockchain, and that will come out in quarter 3. And so, yeah, I'm massively going into that one, and just
Shit.
yeah.
Well, I'm bummed that I didn't buy more. I'm like thinking, I don't know. I'm not. There's no point in buying now. I need to wait for it to dip down a little bit from
Yeah,
this.
no, don't be.
Yeah.
But there is some incredible bullish divergence in that chart. That is just crazy. This is undervalued by a lot.
Okay.
So anything you can buy in this zone, though, wait for it to come down a little bit more, right? Maybe you
Yeah.
catch a dip, so you try and position yourself better. But these prices for this token, that's not gonna last long.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
not going to last long
Is
at
this a
all. That's
24-hour
more.
performance? 100 traders,
Yes.
volume 296K. That's like that means that as people find out what this is, it's gonna rip.
Yes.
It
Absolutely.
just this was kind of like a quiet
Well,
release, like a cold
also when they go
release.
main, right? When they go main in quarter three, you
Uh
can
huh.
now, position yourself for that rip because that is going to come.
Mm.
And then because that they these guys are not crazy. They actually had that in their agenda for quarter three to go main with their blockchain, and then what they're trying to do is, I think they're trying to time it in the quarter three so it runs up quickly on quarter four for massive pumps. So this is for me such a no-brainer. That like I said, I even sold off a big portion of my XRP position to take a position in this one, and that is ESX, right? ESX Estate X. It's actually going to be a blockchain for RWAs, right? For especially in that real estate, you can tokenize your own real estate. And also, they done it because there's more tokens like this, but this one actually managed to get it done with all the legislation and in jurisdictions and all that kind of stuff, right? So that property still belongs to you, even if the blockchain would not be existent anymore. So that's they had to build it that way, and it took them 5 years. So they made a blockchain that caters to real estate, and I think it's the next step forward here in crypto. But let's see, we got in the house here. We got Mister from the Trump Solana Club. And then we got 1000X in the house. We got deck calls. Hello, and somebody from Jam. Welcome, welcome. It's a Monday. Welcome on the live streams as well. If you're watching with us on YouTube or on X, right? Often we have a lot more people viewing that in the room here and watching the visuals with us. And so yeah, we haven't discussed a lot, just Bitcoin at the moment. So
Yeah.
next target for Bitcoin is 104 point. Let me give you a more uh, target. I have to put it on a different way here.
Yeah.
So
Generate. Oh, sorry.
yeah,
Go ahead.
target to be bullish for Bitcoin again. First target would be at that 103.2, and then move ahead to 104.597. And if we take that back, we're just full bull on the daily again, and which it will, because it looks like that stochastic RSI just came down neatly by retesting that lower trend line. And everybody's saying it's because of war. But if you were kind of in this space, I kind of gave you the targets for 98, 99, 100 on the whole week previously already, and saw this move coming. Yeah, then we're moving into the middle of that channel again, and if we can retake anything above 106, we'll be trying to break out of that upper channel that sits at 108.6. So, uh, and then for another all-time high, we should be taking on that 108.6 pump with a candle through, retest that support, and that would then grant another all-time high. But I do not see that move at all, you guys, because that weekly RSI is down. I'm not seeing any pull for us to do another all-time high in the summer. Could be wrong. I just don't see it. When I see the signal of something over 108 and confirming, then I'm more bullish into that direction. For now, I'm thinking this whole channel is just going to be us for the summer, and that's just how we just got to deal. So let's get 1000X up there, because Bitcoin dumped, but 1000X went up. How is that possible? Let's go.
Hell
Something crazy
yeah.
like that. Yeah. If you guys want to come on stage and join us, you're more than welcome. Right? It's Monday. We're just chilling out here. I know everybody got bearish on the weekend. Yesterday was horrible. Right? Engagement was down. Everybody's mood was down because of this.
Guys, hey, what's up? Yeah, great to
Hey,
see
good
you,
morning.
right? The floor continues to hold as the floor, regardless of market conditions. So that's great. That just means we're at a pretty good spot for us to reverse trends. So yeah, man, happy for the week ahead. But it seems, hey, wow, did you run your space earlier yesterday? I seem to have missed it.
No, but we didn't have it open for long. First of all,
Hmm.
because
Oh,
we're going to do something different on Sunday, and that is basically more geared toward content creation, especially for projects, right? It's got some alpha on there, how to make stuff better, websites. What are you going to do with this, and that? And Tick is really good with that. And then hold a little bit of a shorter space with that, and then do the shilling and chilling for the rest of the week again, just like normal. But we may want to in the summer, maybe even put that content creation to Saturday and just have the Sunday off, right? Because this summer on Sundays, I hate to say, but it's not getting any better in crypto. I'm having so much respect for the people who are staying engaged and in the game over the summer, because you are going to be the ones with the new alpha and the new gems that be coming out, right? And so that's why you're sticking with it. But summertime in crypto is something else, you guys. If you can survive that, right? We're good to go. I'm bullish on you.
Yeah, cool. I'll look to attend one of those spaces then.
Yeah, absolutely. Because Stick has a lot of knowledge that he can share, and it might be, a valuable information, not just for projects, but for everybody who wants to just up their game with content, and also, with engagement. How do you behave on social media in a way that is good for engagement, is good for your account, and what would not be good for these things, right? So yeah, we'll go over that on what possibly is now going to be either a Saturday or a Sunday space reserved for that.
Yes. And speaking of creating content, I do want to splice something up for 1000x Sui. Shoot, I wish I would have thought this out first and organized some videos or something to pull up on the live stream while we do the shill. I'll figure something out. But I do want to say, I don't know, did you happen to see the S&P 500 video that I just made? The one with the lady talking, and it's like, oh, did your stupid ass think you'd make it big in the stock market or on Wall Street? Did you see that?
Did you post it?
Yeah, it's a S&P 500 thing. They're another project that's on Solana. But I had posted it on my page, and the reason I bring it up is because like doing something like this for 1000x is definitely in the cards. But I kind of wanted you to see the result because, dude, I was like literally in tears yesterday. I was probably laughing at it for like an hour. It was kind of sad at my own creation, but dude. It's damn funny. Wilder, can you pull it up? So we can pull it up on the live stream.
I'm
Yeah,
looking
yeah,
for.
I'm gonna do that for you because
Because I want
we
you to
having
hear the
trouble.
audio, or maybe what I can do is,
No, I can pull it up. It's fine.
yeah, because
It's gonna mess with your.
the streaming. So yeah, I'll pull up the video. So the audio to it is just funny. I used a few different tools to make this, but the final result, I was like, oh my god, dude. It turned out, I thought it was hilarious, but I laugh at my own jokes. I think I'm so damn funny. So
Live stream. Here we go.
and then let me see. Oh, I put the video up in the Telegram, and then I have it on the Jumbotron as well.
Yes, I have it on. Yes, I just pinned it too. Yes, yes, yes. Yep, seeing it. Yep.
All over yourself.
Awesome.
But so I kind of want to make something like this for 1000x as well, some content like this. I want you to see it. I want to know what you think of it because, like I said, I thought it was so freaking good. The visuals look great. The narrative is funny. Yeah, I was really proud of myself on the outcome of this one.
Absolutely.
Oh, Wilder, can you pull it up? So I wanted him to be able to hear it. Or were you guys?
Hear it. To hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hold on. Yes. One moment. No momento.
Oh
I'm
yeah, we
trying
got
to,
some people in here.
here we go.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Okay, here we go. I'm letting it.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
Look at this motherfucker. He did it big. With S&P 500. You stupid sack of shit. How about you buy yourself a bag of S&P 500 and quit shitting all over yourself every goddamn day? Jesus Christ. Pathetic.
I like the way that it starts. It's like, did your stupid ass think you'd make it big on Wall Street?
Hold on. Let me fix my audio a little bit.
Oh my god. I love the way.
There we go.
Dude. And though she looks so serious as she's saying this.
Here's some stupid
It's
ass think you'd make it big on Wall Street. Look at this motherfucker. He just hit it big with S&P 500. You stupid sack of shit. How about you buy yourself a bag of S&P 500 and quit shitting all over yourself every goddamn day? Jesus Christ. Pathetic.
Yo.
yeah. I was saying I want to make that my ringtone. My ringtone every time my phone goes off. Did stupid ass think you'd make it big on Wall Street? Oh my god. But yeah, the quality of the video too, like yeah, so I used a few different tools to create the talking lady and then the video of the guys going ape shit and then the subtitles and all that stuff. So it was kind of a process, but it looks like an actual commercial that you would see on TV or something.
But it makes it funny because it's so degen, right?
Oh yeah. That's that's what I was going for. It's obviously like I'm going for that degen. I'm trying to appeal to I'm kind of following the same format. SPX very much pushes that like overly hyper animation, hyperactive like advertisement. So yeah, really cool. But anyway, I want to kind of develop some more stuff like that for 1000X as well. It's just the S&P 500 project. I wanted to just do one for them to kind of like push them in the right direction, show them like that they can, if they're producing more content, they're going to get more eyes on the project. That's just kind of how it goes. And their response to that, they ended up making a bunch of content, a bunch of videos that are absolutely hilarious, and they're all really good as well. So like I'm stoked, man. Like we want to see everyone win, you know what I mean? So it's like I'm not gonna even though I'm still thousand.
That's why Tick, we decided on doing these spaces then either on a Saturday or Sunday, depending on on how many people show up on Saturday or Sunday. It looks like now we're gonna have to shift that to Saturday and then do Sunday, take a break day, and so for this content creation for you guys, so not just for the projects, but also maybe for yourself, or if you want to support the projects, right?
Yeah.
Well, what are you using out there? What is looking good? What is looking professional, right? And what also is decently in the finance sector, right? Not too expensive for that crap, because we can all just go ahead and buy a 10K generator and it costs $10,000, but yeah, that marketing money might be spent better somewhere else. And can find ways around it. So let's we have Jem on stage here with us as well.
Dude, Jem is
sorry, I'm moving around, but because you guys mentioned the S&P 500, they just added Gem as part of their rewards.
nice.
Yes.
Nice. I was hoping that was in the cards. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so basically, a rewards token that gives out rewards as a rewards token that gives USDC.
That is sick. It's like Inception. It's meme coin Inception.
And they're also talking about adding the other one with the dog there, JSPR, which is the one that gives it's a Solana token that gives out wrapped ETH.
Hey, let me stop you real quick. Your mic is a little bit shoddy right now. Any way that you can
Yeah, I'm driving around. That's why.
Oh, okay. No worries then. No worries. Cool. Go ahead then. That's all good.
So basically, they're talking about adding the other one also, JSPR, the dog there, that the Solana token that gives out ETH token, wrapped ETH.
That is sick. Very sick. Wow.
So
yeah, they just added that, so it's like one big. Wasn't the guy gonna hook us up so we can give it a try how this works and we can do a review over it? I'm willing to do that. But yeah, we'll maybe catch them in a space later to do all that. Yeah, bullish, you guys, bullish projects on Solana. Go check them out. We already gave them lots of attention.
Yes.
Before, right, to really get that started with them.
Dude, it's crazy. Yo, I have a screenshot I was looking at from like June 4th or something, and it's of Gem, and I'm like, oh, this one's due for a reversal. And I came across that on my timeline yesterday, and I was like, holy hell, I was right. Like, it's from like 12 days ago. And I was like, I was looking at the chart and I'm like, dude, this thing's bound to rip. Like I said, what? Yeah, June 4th. They said, wow, this Gems looks like it's ready for a reversal. And it was sitting at.
we had an OG well. We had an OG well that was cheating us. So we finally
Yeah.
we managed to
Right.
pick it. We
Right.
managed to knock him out. Yeah.
DGem had told me about that, and I was telling him, I was like, yeah, it was only a matter of time, like, because you could kind of see that in the chart, with the resistance, the bearish resistance. It was like, okay, this is obviously somebody
Yeah.
keeps liquidating their whole entire bag, but yeah, now the chart. You look at the chart now, and it's like, dude, it's so cool, man. I love to see I love to see communities winning, and the Chatette community is big into the gem stoners rewards program as well, and then hearing about S&P 500 getting into it. It's there's not a whole lot of projects on Solana that I even want to look at twice, but seeing projects on Solana that are thriving and that are doing well and that are building community. These are the types of things that it's what makes meme coins great and fun. So awesome, hats off to you guys for grinding and putting in the work every day.
I mean, like you say, if you see it in the chart, I mean, I mean, it's hard to tell because I've been around for a while too, and like, it used to be like, obviously just to say like, how do I say this? Like, basically, it used to be, well, if a token, you know, they used to be like, if a token doesn't rug within the first 2 3 days or hours or whatever, then it used to be, um, it'd be like, okay, that token is worth
Mm-hmm.
something, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now obviously in the terms of if you look at it in the term of people who are trying to be nefarious or whatever, they could be extending the scams to months or whatever. I mean, we're past that at this point, right? You see the chart is still staying pretty flat,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is in an accumulation mode. I mean, look, Safe Moon. If everybody remembers Safe Moon, how long did it go before like it really got out of hand? You know what I mean? Type of thing.
Yeah.
Until they actually said, okay, these guys motherfuckers are actually starting to scam us for real.
Dude,
Well,
Safe Moon. What a
oh,
freaking
don't talk about
token.
tokens. Still
Yeah,
talking about safe mode.
Oh
That is
man.
yeah.
hideous. But yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's yeah, you see it in the chart. I mean, like, and me personally, if you ask me, um, like, there's absolutely no reason, like, why anybody should be even bothering with regular meme coins anymore. You know what I mean? They offer nothing apart the fact that you're buying a meme, it's gonna pump and it's gonna dump.
Yeah, that's actually a good point for sure.
Like,
Um,
I mean, not people are trying to get in quick so they can make a quick buck, but I mean,
Yeah. Well, you know what? That is going to be, that's the thing. When people start tokens, they forget or they don't know that this is all going to play out. And that's
yeah,
just because if you want to do a fair launch, you guys, and this is the way it will play out, there will be people flipping bags because the market cap is so low they can do it.
mhm.
And your project should be strong enough to withstand that. Your team spirit should be strong enough to withstand that because that is going to take some time to shake people out for that stuff to not happen and build community, and that's going to take longer, and that is what a fair launch is. And anything that pumps straight to high heaven into Valhalla, well, that is controlled, and some people like that too. I'm not, in camp this or that one. I just know for longevity, it's better to do the hard work up front than after. Right? It's still going to be hard work. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of people think that because it pumped hard, it then has legitimacy and longevity, and that is not the case. That is a very false way of thinking in these things because that's where the actual work then starts. When that starts retracing and find its floor, they need to grind just the same. The grind is
yeah,
the same, right? So that will come. And then because it ripped so high, usually what happens is that teams, developers, the founder, whatever, they give up
yeah.
because it
And
takes
this
too
is
much money. There's too much FUD, and it starts to wear them down. And we all know that. We all feel it's not easy to hold up a project. I mean, I have anybody who does has my respect. I've been thinking about doing my own for a long time, and anytime that I feel like because I make contracts, right? So I'm just having these contracts that are so fire with utility, but I'm just so reluctant to do it because it is so much pressure every day. I mean, I kind of want to have a life too, and you cannot have that, right?
Mhm.
oh,
So
I understand that. Yeah. I mean, I ran like You guys remember horse? You guys still horse meat?
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Sounds super familiar.
Okay. So the story was about 2 years ago. Like the meme coins on Solana started to pick up, right? And people were posting on the Solana Reddit about meme coins, right? And the basically the Solana Reddit was like, no, we don't really want to do meme coins in the Solana Reddit, right? So they kind of start like blocking posts, uh,
Jeez.
all that stuff on the main Solana Reddit, right? So what came out of it is basically there was a group, a bunch of people, they started their own Reddit. I don't remember which because now there's plenty of Solana meme Reddits, anyways. They started a Reddit, and out of that, there was this one university kid, and he was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna." The meme was basically, imagine if 200 pounds of horse meat was worth more than one Bitcoin. You know, so they started that. And they're still going. I mean, they hit their market cap. He minted like 1,000 tokens, and its market cap is 100K. So now it's like about $20 a token or something. But point being is, I was part of that gang, or like during that period, and I said, okay, you know what? Let me see what it is to launch my own thing, also. And just to go back to what was, I guess, Tick or Wild. Sorry, whoever was talking, Wild, I guess. Um, she said it does take a lot of energy, and my token was based on Tourette's guy. I don't know if you guys remember Tourette's guy. It's the guy who swears a lot, wears like a collar around a neck brace around his neck, and he's
Uh
always
huh.
like screaming. But yeah, so I based my token based on that, and like I had everybody in the community swearing their ass off, like people that wouldn't swear before in their life, right? I was actually doing donations to Tourette's Foundation off the buys and stuff like that.
Oh
Like
wow.
we were, but that's to put it, like the amount of energy that it takes to run a community, and the amount of shit that you get, like, oh, why isn't the price moving, why isn't this going,
Yeah.
why isn't
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
happening, why is it like,
In the middle
it
of
just
your
it
night,
destroys
people will
you.
be in your
Yeah, it
DMs with their
destroys you.
$50 bag going like, Dad, do
Bro.
something. And it's just like real, right? It's just
Yeah.
like, and I'm like, well, when was the last time you clicked a like on an X post? Never. All right. Well, don't
Yeah,
mind if I block you for waking me up at 2 a.m. at night,
Yeah.
right? For this. This is crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, but people, it is
The
like
amount
this.
of energy, it,
A
it, it
fifty
burns you
dollar
out.
bag. That's the truth of it too. It's like a $50 bag, and they're hitting you up, and you're like, "What do you want me to buy more for you, or like what do you need here? Do you not
Yeah.
do you not remember how this works? The
Yeah,
process of buying and holding and waiting for a pump, like, it's crazy. It's
and it's
crazy.
And
extreme.
also, it happens especially in when things go bare.
Yeah,
That's where we get this problem because people then want teams to be making moves, and it's like, yes, but these moves cost a lot of money, and you don't want to make these moves if you cannot move needles, right? If it doesn't move it, you want what you spend on marketing to have impact, and it
yeah,
doesn't have impact when everybody's bearish. But it's unfortunate that in that time when everybody's bearish, they're calling for all these things to be done. List this, do more of this, do more. And then if you don't, right, people are be like, yeah, well, then I'm bearish on it. It's like, yes, well, you want to do stuff, but the market condition has to be with us as well. We cannot, it's going to cost you 5 6 times the money and effort to move a needle when the sentiment is against the market.
and it's, I mean, you meet all kinds of people, and going back to even like what we had with Jem, where we said we found out who the whale was and we got him out. Even when I was running my token, like, you have people tell you in your face. I mean, we're on the internet, right? So I mean, people promise things, like people doxing their wallets. People, we had running, we had a public list of doxed wallets, stuff like that. People just, they cheat, life
Yeah.
changes, all kinds of stuff. And like, imagine, as a community member, you're trying to show your token, and it's extinct. How do we say it? Like, it's extremely tough. Imagine also being the dev, quote unquote, the dev or the team lead of the community lead or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you guys, it's all about sentiment, right? Especially with memes, it's got to be fun, and there's this whole discussion about memes and utility, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm just buying my memes kind of for the memes. I don't even care if they build utility because if the community is bullish, if it's a bullish ticker, it will get volume, down the road when volume comes in the market, and we cannot. What we're dealing with, the volume in the altcoins right now, and especially in the memes. Everybody needs to freaking realize memes are only not even 3% of crypto is memes,
Yeah. Well,
right?
I
That's a
yeah,
tiny amount of money. It's still a lot of money, but it's compared to the rest of the market, tiny amount of money. And what happens with that money right now is that it's being shifted between this and then moving out of all the way out of this into that, right? It's constantly in memes. There's a lot of that shifting going on back and forth. It's tossing bags left and right, that volume. And
yeah,
then of course there's these ruggers that take that away and then do another pump like that to recycle it back into the market. And that happens in only 3% of all of crypto. So memes, and it might seem like it's not because they're loud, and memes need to be loud, and they have the visuals, but they have the memes, they have the art, right? So we see them a lot more, and that makes it kind of think that the memes are a big part of the market, like they're like 25% of the market or something, but they're actually not. They only have like a shared market cap of like 3.2%.
yeah,
That's nothing.
yeah. Well,
But
I told myself,
AI has double. The AI
me
never has had double. Yeah.
I told myself this cycle,
Yeah.
if let's say Gem itself doesn't make it, I'm becoming a Bitcoin maxi.
Well, I'm a Bitcoin maxi. It's never
Yeah,
obvious to be a Bitcoin maxi because the only thing you can be sure of is Bitcoin. And I would
yeah,
carefully say add Ethereum to that, and then the rest is going to have to prove itself over the time. And I'm willing to buy it and hodl it, but it's probably going to have how do you say that, expiration date. And we know this because we have projects from last bull run that were very hot, very out there. Everybody knew them, but they don't exist anymore, right? So things do have an expiration date in crypto. The only one that's for sure doesn't is Bitcoin. And I'm not saying you shouldn't buy alts. I'm very, very much in alts. I'm very much on blockchains and stuff and ecosystems like that. But you got to watch your portfolio, right? You gotta kind of do your research and be like, oh, what has a little bit more longevity, um, and performance, than the other thing, right? And you just got to be not round tripping these things, because then you did it all for nothing. And then yes, I do agree that in the end you then could have bought Bitcoin the last 4 years. Your bags would be up 40%, no matter where you bought in the chart, because that is just facts. But then again, I like memes. I like to degen. I like the memes, especially when they're memes and not building utility. Because the whole thing with the why the memes are there in the first place was because there was a shit ton of utility. There was kind of shady utility, and that's why the memes were, on the rise, going like, "Look, we have no utility." A lot of people in Bitcoin is like, yeah, we're in it for the tech. All right, explain me the technology of Bitcoin, and they couldn't. And it's like, you're just here for the money, just like the rest of us. Just stop, just stop kidding yourself, right? And, and so these utilities, they had like this smoke mirror of smoke curtain of utility that was bullshit utility to begin with, but everybody was like, oh no, it's utility, right? And so that's why the memes were such a thing, because they were actually, no, we're being honest, this is just a meme. and and look, we can pump too, just based on sentiment. It was kind of laying that hypocrisy in crypto bare, right, this way. And that's what the meme coin sits. That's why I'm bullish on them. I don't even care if they have utility. If it's a bullish ticker, it's all about the vibes anyway. It's all about sentiment, you guys. We know it's about sentiment. Look at Bitcoin. That's even, yeah, yeah. All right, so we have OG Peanut in the house
Yes.
too, down
Oh,
below.
nice.
I want him to come on stage because they actually have their midlife today. So, bullish on them. Let's go, OG Peanut. If you can talk, would be great. If you can't, we're just gonna have to do a little show. Anyways, uh, so these. Oh, there we go. There we go.
So they launched today. The OG Peanut
Yeah,
had
but
it.
see, mint is live, so we kind of need a mint. Got a mint
You
right
can
now.
mint these nuts.
We got to mint some. That is
Uh,
just so
how are
funny.
you guys doing today?
Hey,
Yeah, good
doing great, man.
evening. Good
How are you?
evening. Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing fine, man. I'm really I'm pumped. Like despite whatever the market does, it doesn't bother us too much.
Good.
This was
Good.
something I have been looking forward to for a long time, and actually the Doge Nose was kind of one of the NFT communities that I was like, yeah, we need to move that way because NFT communities just move different, and you guys know meme coins have lost that community feeling. It's all about the next 2 3x and get out and to the next. So I'm hoping, no, I'm not hoping, I'm manifesting that we are crossing the bridge and get the NFT people a bit warmed up to meme coins again.
Yes, I love it. I think that's exactly what's going on. But look, here's another thing, right? And that a lot of people don't see in the market. Bitcoin has been stealing the thunder from everybody, right? And rightfully so. Does a very good job. But here's the thing, everybody feels better when bags are pumping. So when come all season, when big volume comes in, right, all these meme tokens will be back. Their community will be back and be actually saying like they never left, bruh. And I would be like, wow,
I just
right?
took a break.
Yeah, you just sniffed some volume and now you're back at all bullish bull posting again. It's like, yes, well, I kind of didn't see any posts from you the whole, the whole rest of the year. But yeah, that will happen too, right? So this is all, and we know this in crypto a little bit too. Short attention span. So we forget the bearishness and are very quickly turning bullish again when that happens. And then it's like all is forgotten, right? And it's all kumbaya again. So I'm pulling up these nuts. Tick, I sent you the link on the TG so you can pull up these nuts on the live stream. Welcome everybody on X and on YouTube if you're watching with us, right? If you're watching our live stream, you can actually see us in this space, right, with our PFPs. But there's tons of more people looking at these live streams too, and they have the visuals. So let's say welcome to them, and let's give them the These Nuts Alpha right here.
Well, these nuts are the beginning of a long journey for us in NFTs, but also connected to gaming and connected to merchandise and everything. So these are really the first OG NFTs for our project, but. The first utility will be a discount on our PFPs, which will be dropping next week. Um, but we are really looking to utilize these in gaming, even in AI, because we are looking to really educate people about AI, crypto, and everything, and really onboard people in a good way. And well, people will have very big benefits owning these nuts. There's three rarities. There's silver, gold, and diamond, and those have different gradations of utility. So I don't want to give away too much, but yeah, play to earn for the game is one of the things that we're really looking at, and of course some airdrops here and there. But yeah, like I said, we like to surprise people and over deliver and not say too much. Some people like it. Some people rather know what they're up against, but if you just look back on our timeline, we've been active for the last 7 months, coming back from 40 million to 170K, and we're still the last 7 months. We haven't lost one day without having some fun. So bringing meme coins back to fun, which they were back in the day. It's almost like it feels like years ago, but yeah, ever since Pump Fun, I think that we lost it a little bit. What do you guys think?
Yes, it didn't help, right? But
Yeah.
yeah, I think we need to just go through that evolution cycle in crypto just to come back to what was there at the beginning and start to reevaluate a little bit. Uh, there, right? And how that, but like I said, when of course peak bear, right? For everybody must understand, for as well for the rest of the market, except Bitcoin, everything is basically suffering, right? Suffering. It's suffering under that dominance of Bitcoin. We pump with Bitcoin and then we're happy. But then when Bitcoin does a 2% down or 3% down or 5% down, it's like 20, 30, 40, 50%, right? So, uh, these things are very much bearish. And so that starts to hurt along down the line, right? That these things hurt. And it's very hard to stay bullish. And if you guys, that's why I commend any team out there, any project, whether that's community ran or by a team that's still there, that says something, because you got to be, yeah, made out of made out of bullish stuff to keep that going along. And so
Diamond,
I
you
can,
gotta have diamond nuts.
yeah, you gotta have diamond nuts, right? So you guys, if you're bullish on it, we have these nuts mint live right now. And of course I cannot mint in the space because that will get my space rugged AF. I tried that before and front run Tick. And Tick is really quiet, must be because he's minting already.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know about I was having issues with my wallet connecting to
Oh,
launch.
yeah.
It's yeah, the browser issue. It's so stupid how some wallets and apps are compatible with some wallets on Chrome and some are compatible with Edge. It's like the most frustrating thing. I don't know why it is, but
I
so
have had some complaints with people using Soulflare, to be honest. So
uh
I will send them a message. There was also a copycat mint already, but they removed it very quickly. So that was very nice. But
oh wow.
yeah, I've heard, yeah. I mean, they reacted within 2 minutes and they removed it. So that was amazing.
Oh, that's good.
Um, Big props to them. But yeah, there seems to be a little bit of a wallet connection issue, but
That's
I don't know.
common on a lot of the
Oh yeah.
minting. Yeah, it's any website that also does NFTs. So with Magic Eden, Tensor Trade, as well as Launch My NFT, depending on which browser you're using and which wallet you use, there's always some sort of like trickiness with the connectivity for some reason. It's just kind of like a tricky thing. Yeah, I don't even know which wallet I prefer on
There's
any of
there's
them.
no real way around it.
Well, it's just whatever wallet you prefer to use, because either MetaMask, Wallet Connect, Phantom, Uniswap, or like Backpack on some of them. But which wallets are compatible with which sites and which ones will connect seamlessly without issue, that's where you run into like hiccups. So it's sometimes it's frustrating. I'll be like doing a lot of clicking back and forth trying to figure out why the correct wallet won't connect. So it's just
Yeah,
yeah.
I still don't understand how they haven't figured that out. But like Wallet Connect's supposed to be universal, and regardless, whatever you try, I don't know if it's the website developers themselves who are not implementing the JavaScript for the Wallet Connect to work. But I mean, it's for whatever reason, no matter what app, no matter what website, no matter what whatever, it's bitch
Yeah, you've dealt with it too. Have
without
you
having
have
any
you
nicer words to say.
have you ran into these issues yourself at all with any of them?
All the time, like
Oh, okay, cool.
anything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Usually where it works better most of the time,
Yeah,
it's on your desktop. If you have like a full desktop computer, it usually works better. On
right.
mobile, there's always some kind of weirdness going on. Like it
Yeah,
doesn't connect properly, disconnect properly. It doesn't.
for sure.
That's a good tip, man. That's a good tip. I might make a post about it later. Then it's preferably on desktop.
Yeah,
Oh,
try it
yeah.
out. But yeah,
I think it always does work better on desktop for sure. You have a lot more control about what's getting connected and stuff because you can have multiple windows. On mobile, the issue with like pop-ups and things like that, it becomes a little bit more of an issue when you're on a mobile device because of the way that like pop-ups work. And yeah, it's browser compatibility and yeah, that's where we run into issues. It's just that's just the nature of these things. So
I just seen Diamond Nut number 7, which is my lucky number. So if it's someone in here, please reach out because number 7, and it's a diamond. Oh,
oh,
that's
that's
gotta be.
sick. That's sick.
It wasn't me. I'm trying,
So
but I
and
I
then
try, and then I'm so
Ah, you
bullish on
made
it that I'm
it.
trying to mint, but then I don't want to rock the space either. So because I'm gonna have to disconnect from the space, and that would leave it only up to Tick.
yeah.
Hopefully, then I can always usually I can reconnect, but sometimes it doesn't, and when it doesn't, it's
Yeah.
You
everything is
know
dead.
how
The
it
live
goes when you
stream.
leave Tick alone for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Yes.
right. It's like yes, I just go ahead and be quiet. But when I hear Tick being quiet, it's usually because then he is minting and front running me in that way. So yeah, but yeah, no, I cannot have it rugged because then the whole live stream, everything will be finished as well, right? It's very hard to to come back and do that all over again. So I'm just gonna remain here hosting this space, but I will be. Um, Minting. Also, maybe we should do a little promo for it. Tick, let's go.
This website,
Mint these nuts.
yeah, this website looks awesome, dude. You guys did some updates, it looks like, to the
Yeah,
to the
we're
website.
really it's still under construction sort of, but if you
Yeah.
enter the website, you see the tree that's really telling a story, and we tend to make the website really
Yeah.
interactive, get
Right.
people to go to the website and make it attractive for kids as well.
So
And I think this mystery, I think that's yeah, we're still fine tuning and we're always receptive of feedback. So people have ideas or comments, then yeah, please reach out because people with children, I think, have the best ideas. Maybe what catches on, or
mhm.
but I think this mystery and some treasure hunting on the website could really yeah, could really be something fun.
Did you build the website?
We have someone in the team that's building the website. Yep.
Oh, I wanted to know how he did the MP4 as the background because I've been able to do that successfully. Uh, but I was using an agent to build for. I was using Minimax to build for me, and it was able to do that. And right now I'm trying to do it with Lovable, and I want to put an MP4 as the background on the
I think
thousand.
it's lovable. I've heard that term pass
Yeah.
by, and she's very well versed with building websites and AI, and um, that might also be one of the perks of having one of the NFTs, to really do some education about platforms like Lovable, because it's amazing what can be made with it, but it can be tricky sometimes.
Yeah, I'm actually I just kind of had an epiphany when when we were talking about this, and I like kind of realized the way that I might be able to do it. You'll need to add CV. Yeah, so I want to do that same thing. But the website looks phenomenal. A website is not the most important thing in the world. Marketing is not the most important thing in the world, but having a good website, I feel like can be so helpful because when people like myself or, Wilder are like looking at projects, that want to come on here, for instance, one of the first things we do is look at the website to see, what's this project all about. It's one way of like basically, seeing what kind of work has been put into this project. But your guys' website looks phenomenal. And it looks way better than it did. The old website was cool too. I actually liked the old one, but the other one was a little bit dated. It kind of had like a retro aesthetic. It kind of felt like it was stuck in 2021. But
Yeah, it was a bit outdated.
yeah, I'm not trying to knock you guys. I mean it
I would highly
respectfully.
recommend
Yeah.
to play the game as well. That's retro.
The
It's
P
easy to play, but
equalizer.
yeah, the equalizer.
Okay, I saw that. Yeah. So and what? Tell me what the Pequalizer is. Give me a synopsis. It's Jeff Bezos
um,
versus.
it's a lot of the anti-crypto people. So you're shooting what's his name, Gary Gensler, and Powell is one of the enemies, and it's just a fun game, and we've put up a leaderboard the last couple of weeks and handed out NFTs since we were going into the NFT direction. But we plan to to utilize it a little more. Working on a second level now, and yeah, gaming will definitely. We have our own game developer in the team as well, so it's completely made by the team. We don't have to outsource a lot. I mean, there's always some things that you have to outsource, but yeah, we have the in the team we have a game developer, and another one is on standby if we really are going to build out the next game. And NFTs will be the red line in all of this story. So yeah, these nuts. Let me say it pays to get a set.
There you go. Right on. Cool. Well, yeah,
Well,
that's.
I'm
Go
getting
ahead.
these nuts after the space, right? I'm gonna chill out on the terrace and make me some nuts. I love it. Right now, I'm onto some watermelon. Just got to stay hydrated.
Yeah, it's hot, eh? And
Yeah.
it's busy in The Hague, I gotta say.
Oh, yeah.
We're
In the cities, it's horrible. I was in the city. I was in Utrecht, uh, and in Amsterdam, and in Alkmaar today. Like three, just driving around and being in the cities, and it was horrible. At first in Amsterdam, it was cloudy, and it was a storm, and it was a big hailstorm out of nowhere, like a summer hailstorm. And then when I went to Utrecht, and I was killing there. It was so hot. But
Don't
yeah.
come to The Hague. It's too busy with the NAVO top.
Oh God, no. Yeah, just avoid all that. Just avoid all that. Let's not go there. But yeah, when it cools down a little bit, I'm gonna chill, and then I'm gonna go out and do some minting, because this is not the only mint that I'm looking for. Right? I anticipated these nuts, but I'm also looking for a Sui mint, right, coming out, and that's the Board Toilet Club (BTC) Bitcoin, right? Board Toilet Club, and it's hooked to the project of Toilet, and so we gently wait for that one to come on in. I guess they kind of time rugged. But yeah, what happened in the market, right? And so that made me a little bit more bullish to do maybe later this week. So I'm just going to keep an eye on that one as well. But yes, mint me some nuts, and we're gonna have a good time. Let's go.
Awesome. Very good. I'm trying to update this Thousand X website. I want to do an animated background on there. After seeing the OG Peanut, I was like, I've been wanting to do that, and so now I'm gonna knock it out. So I'm trying to do that over here right now. So I need to upload the MP4 to the web so that it's public, and then I can configure it. Let's see. So awesome, yeah. Thank you to OG Peanut for coming on and talking to us
Thank you
about.
guys for having me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've been following you guys around, and I follow the Doginals around a bit just to get to know people, and yeah. Also, like, what attracted you guys to the Doginals, and what keeps you there?
All right, so I can be very clear about that. I had a couple of my friends, and amongst them, my crypto best friend, right? Um, Buying NFTs from Dojo Dogs, and he was kind of like, "You need to buy." And when some people tell you in this space, like, "Hey, you gotta buy this," I'm buying blindly, right? I'm just like, "All right, where is it at? Shoot me a link, make it easy for me, and I'll just go ahead and get it." And so I did. And I didn't even know about the whole community because I just lost my previous X account that had 18,000 followers that I actually had to build for a long time doing Wake Up with Wilder because it used to be my space for forever. And so I used to do it like a couple of times a week and just talk about all gym stuff, health related stuff, just for 2 times an hour. And yeah, that was kind of crappy because I paid X Premium for a whole year, Premium Plus, and then 2 days later, my account got hacked. And I couldn't get Twitter to come back to me. And I kind of was on the verge of just giving that all up and being like, you know what, I'm going to do a full time Web3 by the summer. And, I started to feel really defeated and building another X up again. And so the Dojo Locks kind of inspired me to do that, to get after it again in that way, which I do in real life very much, right, with my business and my health and my my gym goals, my fitness and strength training and stuff. I'm really good with that. But then engaging on X again, right? And just losing all of that in Twitter and not wanting to work with me at all and getting my account restored kind of was defeating for me. So it was kind of at a point where I was like, all right, let me grab some of these NFTs. So I had them already. And then later on, I started to, look into the community a little bit more. And it got me actually inspired to pick that back up again. And now I'm very happy that I did, right? And so, yes, also the way that they're engaging online is crazy because that's exactly what I want an NFT project to do, right? Give some alpha to people beside the NFT, right, or a token, right? Bring something of value, and then have these starter dogs that keeps that community growing, even though some people might not have the money anymore, right, to buy an NFT. There's going to be price zones for everybody, but at one point, the floor will rise and rise and rise and rise. And uh, at one point, yeah, you're becoming too exclusive for you to have a big market to sell to, right? So these starter dogs are really keeping things alive and ever growing. So the amount of engagement on X is tremendous because of this. It's not just the collection itself. It's the fact that you can go to the Dojo Dog website. If you think about minting, but you're not sure, maybe you want to, get to know about the trades, or maybe you want to save up for one. Maybe you could still join the community, front running all of that, and you can still becoming a part of that. And so I think that's giving away something for free is always working in your benefit, and Dojo Dogs kind of show that, right? We'll make you win, and we will win all together, and that's a way forward. You can do a win-win situation here. And so yeah, that's what I like about it. Also
Yes.
brilliant people in the space, right? Very chill people. I mean, there's bad nuts. Right? There's bad nuts in every community, but I have yet to come across those in the Dojo Block community. Yeah.
True. True. That is a good point. And for
It's
myself,
difficult. Oh,
oh,
sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
no. Well, not that it matters, but to answer your question about the Dojo Dogs, what drew me to it was Wild's conviction. Honestly, it was, and you know what though, I was very curious about what the hell is this pixelated dog that I keep seeing all over my timeline. What are these people like a part of? And then I would see like either Web3 or Meta X at the end of their username. And so in my head, I had this like whole imaginary like clan, like the cabal, that like these people are all like a part of like this thing, and like it's an exclusive club or something. And I was like, damn, that's cool. I was just like on the outside looking in.
Yeah, a lot
And,
of people actually think they're bought that all the Dojo dogs are botted accounts,
mm,
and that's bullish, right? That's just bullish. It's like, who
yeah,
are all these? Are these bots, right? Because
right,
their engagement is so hardcore,
yeah,
and but that's because they get taught how to be engaging on social media and how that's good for you, and good for the community altogether, and it works, right? It works.
mm-hmm,
And that's why I still rock a starter dog. Also, my NFTs that I have are boys NFTs, so it's kind of weird. But I just want to keep them, and so I still rock a starter dog. Tick here has a starter dog, right? So
mm,
I don't feel at all like I need to be wearing a paid for NFT to be a part of this community.
mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of showing that, even though I'm holding in it. Somebody was saying to me, in a space once, and it's like, yeah, so how come you don't have an NFTs or PFP? And I'm like, how do you know I don't own the NFTs?
Oh,
Just
right, yeah,
because
exactly,
I don't have one. I say, do you know how many NFTs I have in my wallets? That, that I'm not posting about. I mean,
yeah,
I'm not using all of these as my first of all, because for females it's kind of different, right?
mm-hmm,
And you kind of want your PFP to be a little bit more female, so it's kind of hard to rock a PFP if it's clearly like a guy. For me, that's the thing. I'm not doing that. It's got to be pink. Yes. Tomorrow I'll eat you.
hmm.
Everybody's turning bearish here tonight. But yeah, yeah, don't. I still feel very much welcome. Even I rock a starter dog, a little bow dog, right? And you can go and pick one up. You can customize it a little bit to an extent, so you can have something different. So it's all not just cookie cutter, right? Even the starter dogs have it can have a little can be a little bit different. And yeah, I think it's a brilliant thing. But go ahead, OG, Peanut. What do you think that the Dojo dogs are doing well as an NFT?
Well, look, going to spaces and seeing the same PFPs, that's attractive by itself. So I think being in masses in spaces, that's a natural attraction. Like, okay, there must be something good over there because so many people are rocking these. Uh, and then when it gets value with trading information or lookouts on the markets, or just people helping you out. So yeah, I think that's a big thing of getting your NFT to see such a success. We based on a meme coin at first, and we've built a community over there. And I cannot wait to get these PFPs out and to see people rocking the same sort of PFPs. That's going to be a proud moment. And when we that's
You be a
quick.
hardcore nut.
Yeah, well, next week the PFPs you'll be amazed. They're gonna be awesome. But when if there ever may be a female OG Peanut season, would you consider changing your PFP world?
Well, I would not know
It's a
of that.
long road. It's a
But
long road ahead.
that's something that I'm very reluctant to do, and that's not just because of Dojo dogs. That's because I hate, because it's part of your brand at one point. It's part of your identity at one point, right? And
Exactly.
that's why PFPs are so powerful, because if you can get somebody to wear the PFP, they are going to grow a relationship with that PFP. And if that's an NFT, they will hodl that NFT to the moon and round trip it all the way, and they don't even care. I don't even care about the NFTs that I bought from the Dojo dogs,
Agreed.
because
That's the power
because
of NFTs. You
I
become
don't
your
care.
PFP. Yeah.
Yes, and psychologically, it's like when we identify with something, it's ours, and then try and take that away. That feels like not good. So, yeah, that's somewhere where you want to be with a project. Also, the meme tokens, right? You have people identify with these things. I mean, 1000x is a good example, right? I mean, I use 1000x in my vocabulary and post and content a lot, right? And then you come across something and it catches your eye because it is called 1000x. So I recognize that, I recognize it as it being in my own vocabulary. So of course I got to look. And then, if it's legit, of course I got to buy back, right? That's all a given. And that's the power of a good meme. And that's why Pepe did so well, because Pepe was a meme before it was a meme coin. Everybody knew Pepe. A lot of people that were, counterculture uh, back then said it with Pepe, because some things you couldn't say anymore, and they said it with Pepe, and so people identify with Pepe a lot, and that's what made was the power of Pepe as well, right? So yes, also space rating, the thing that you call in spaces, you actually have a word for it. It's called space rating, and you go in there with just 5 or 10 people. I used to do it already like 2 years ago or something like that. We kind of did it with the HPOP HI community. Like later we did it with the BCBs, right? You go in there, you all together just go for a couple of hours, just visit random spaces. You're gonna go on stage, and you're gonna give that project or that space a lot of cloud, right? You're gonna ask them foolish questions, have a little bit of a conversation, thank them, and then you go. And that's basically what you do with space rating. But that's not something the dojo dogs do intentionally. It just happens because they follow each other. And so when a dojo dog is up on stage somewhere, when I go to a bigger space, I don't even need to shield dojo dogs, because when I'm on stage, let's say with Zach in the Breakfast Club, right? I'm on stage. We're talking about Bitcoin, and all of a sudden there will be dogs getting in there because I'm on stage. And they're like, oh, wait, who else in there? Was she talking about, right? And they follow up. And at one point, Zach will say, what's up with these dogs? And then, even though it's not a shield space, it's costing a tons of money to go shield in that space. That's a
Mm-hmm.
rental, right? I can still do my shield because he now asked me, right? He's like, what are these dogs about? And I was like, well, go to the Dojo Dog website, right? And the show will start there. And that's so intuitive and natural. And that's because that exactly what you said. That's the power of all these PFPs and being in the space, and it will catch eyes. But you can do that intentionally, and then it's called space rating, and that is actually a hell of a lot of fun to do.
Mm.
And that's a lot of fun to do, especially you have to have some good speakers that move well on stage that are getting up there and be like, "Hey, you guys, what you doing? Right? What is this all about? Let's hear it." Right?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And so, yeah, Peanut, I
Well,
think
who
that
knows,
that's pretty
Wild?
tough.
Who knows, Miss Wild? Who knows?
Yes, who knows? Let's go. I think it's fun. I'm up for guerrilla tactics like that. The best marketing is free marketing like that, right?
Well,
Getting
Mm-hmm.
to the right people.
I usually hang out in spaces a couple times first before I request to speak anyway. Just get to know the people, and I'm not the biggest chiller or pusher. Really, I get to know the people first, and I'm interested in how such a huge community works and how dynamic in it is. So
Yes,
yeah.
and also free mint, right? This was a free mint.
Hmm?
Dotional dogs were a free mint a little
Oh
over a
yeah,
year ago.
yeah, that's very interesting. Well, I learned from the Bigfoot community. They have a very they now have 404 NFTs, which are connected to RWA, but they originated from acorns and squirrels. So it's that was really interesting to get to know these guys and to learn how a free acorn mint turned out into a 404 NFT, which is now worth about 40 Sol. So the
Yep,
people who minted those free acorns are now sitting on free NFTs, and that's building some hodl culture in your community, which I really like because
absolutely. Yeah.
I'm not here for the next 2 months. I'm here for the next years to come.
Okay.
So yeah,
It's good to watch all of that. And not only was it a free mint that is now holding a 2-3K floor, and most dogs are actually more expensive than that, right? Like some of them are not even on the market. So you know, some might even be never moved from the wallet, right? Forgotten about. So there's that too. And the more bullish ones are, of course, going to be 10K, 12K. That's the next move up there. And then, of course, tomorrow everybody's moving to New York, traveling to New York for that New York meetup for the Dotional Dogs, right? So that's happening this week as well. So we, watch for all the content coming out, rolling out from that. I can't go because I just have a lot of work to do in this last couple of weeks here. But yeah, bullish, right? Everybody's going, and I'm going to be in the copium corner. But yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. So there's actual meeting up, real life, and I think that's eventually also something that will happen with the most bullish NFTs,
Awesome.
the
Yeah,
collections.
I love it, man. Just go around and learn. There are so many incredible people in spaces and so many um, great ideas to implement. Yeah, like I said, the website is going to be something that we really want to build out as an adventure and a treasure hunt every now and then. So yeah, I
We
mean,
be
just
collecting nuts.
you'll be looking for nuts in the forest.
Yes, for the winter time, right? You need to stack your nuts.
And you were talking about, I mean, you guys are big on charts. Well, I think our chart speaks for itself. We
Pull it up, Tick. Pull the chart up for.
we methodically
Let me grab that. Yeah.
let it play out, and I think it's time that the true believers are left, and people will start to believe. You know how quickly sentiment changes.
Yeah,
Couple of
that's what I
green
was saying.
candles, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh my god, these guys are
Yes.
still around, and then they find out you have this, you have that, and
And of course, we know the meme, right? We know the meme. We're so back. That's where that comes from. Right? I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, we're so back, right? And it's
three
just not
percent on
even.
Solana. We're
Yes,
so
right.
back.
We're so back. We know this. This is how it goes in crypto. That's how sentiment shifts. Matter of fact, the more emotionally you attached you are from all of this trading and all of these charts, the better you will do in the end, right? Because that
Ah,
is
you
just,
made
if you're a
it.
highly emotionally responsive person, crypto is absolutely not the space for you. If it is, it's going to be like a DCA strategy, not blindly, right? Not looking at anything and just, when big pumps come, it's then your time to exit. Uh, but until then, you're just going to have to not look, because if you're looking, you're not going to make it. You're going to lose money. You're going to rotate out of positions all the time, slowly but surely, getting wrecked left and right. And yeah, that is very tiring. It's very stressful. And it doesn't need to be like that, right? And so I know it's kind of part of crypto education. At the same time, it is like this because we are very early. We're all very early, and not everybody knows how to deal with it well. And if you go to the stock market, chances are you're going to go through a company that just puts together a bullish portfolio for you, and all you need to do is just give money. And put in money maybe monthly or biweekly or something like that. But that's not the case in crypto. You got to figure it out yourself, and so you're left to your own devices, and it's rough. But that's also the indication that we are very early with this, and that S&P token is doing very well, trying to build like a portfolio, be that in between person, so you can buy just one token and then broadly invest right with it. Yeah, bullish on these things, right? That are, yeah, kind of condensing portfolios like that, so you actually have like a spread into multi meme tokens that they picked for you, or that they picked in their little ecosystem of, and tokenize that. So yeah, that is going to be possibly a way forward, right? For people that have a headache and do that by themselves.
Well, that's definitely, you're talking about education, and that's a big thing that we want to aim for, because the new people right now, they get in, they get wrecked, and they go away. Um, and if we truly want to grow the space, then maybe it's time we educate the
Yes.
newbies right from the start
Yeah,
and
but
teach
here's the
them.
thing. Here's the thing, though, and I want to be bullish on that by a lot. And I know it needs to be there for the people who really want to be educated. But here's the thing: most people are drawn to crypto by the simple mechanics of greed, and they don't want to learn. They just want
What
money.
if what if you catch the children's attention, and then people get
That's where we.
involved?
That's exactly then where we. That's the next step, right? That's exactly then where we need to be. But then we need to be, right. Forget about. But the thing is that is going to be down the line from here, and that there should be much focus on that. But for now, we still got to deal with people just being greedy, because that volatility in the market draws people who just want to have a Lambo tomorrow. And though that certainly can happen, just like you can win the lottery, right? Sure, the likelihood of that happening is just tiny and small, just like it is with the lottery. And but there is money to be made in crypto, and then it's going to be time in the market versus timing the market at any stage that will make you win, right? That timing, the whole marketing, moving left and right. The more moves you do, the more erect you get, right? That's basically that's basically where. And also, yeah, how to build a portfolio, how to do all that. But certainly educating, I think children, I think we're going to have to look more towards the builders. There's going to be, because with this adoption of crypto, there's going to be a demand on builders, people who know how to coding different languages that are needed in crypto, whether that be Rust on Solana, Sui Move, or Solidity, whatever it is, right? These are going to make they're going to make bank, because they are not actually buying the crypto. They're not actually buying the gold mine and panning for gold. They're actually selling shuffles. And I think that's next level, right? And I think we need a lot more of them. So, yeah, and I think that's the next generation of kids that are growing up right now. They're going to go to school. And if you can get them into developing, into coding, in the context of crypto, I mean, yeah, career right there. So yeah, if it's you, right? If you're listening to this space on the live stream and you think, look, I'm really interested in that, then for you, it might be good to check out SUI because they are willing to invest in builders over there heavily. Their boot camps and everything. And let me tell you, if you know how to code and you can build stuff, it's going to be needed, and you're going to make bread, right? You're going to have a job, and so you just have to go to, even if you're just coding in Solidity or whatever, you go to like Monads going main. They are asking for developers for many D apps on there. So, right, I mean, literally a whole list of what they need that is still not filled in. So, if it's you, right, it's not that hard. You don't need to be Einstein. It's just another skill you need to learn. And if you have interest towards that and are curious, well, why not? Why not, right? There are people even willing to invest in you educating yourself on it. How bullish is that?
Well, Tick, you were asking about the website, and Miss AI Arsenals, aka Morgan, is in the building. She actually built the web. She is building the website. So
Oh,
if you have
very
any
cool.
questions, um, she's always very helping with everyone.
Awesome. Yeah, I just actually pulled up the GitHub repository into my IDE, and now I'm going to be able to manipulate it using like root code with the agentic AI model. So it should be interesting what I can cook up next.
Whatever you say.
Mhm.
This is exactly what she sometimes says. So yes, yes, of course,
Yes.
makes sense.
Yeah, but that's
That's
really cool.
that's how I go with Tick to get it. Tick is like good morning, and then he comes with his thing, and I'm just like, all right, yes, of course.
Of course.
Like, it
Why didn't
sounds
I think
good.
of that?
Really good, Tick. Good morning to you.
I'm just making words up. They're not nothing even makes sense.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm just making things up now. But very cool. I'm yeah, thank you. And what was it's AI? What's their username again? I'm sorry.
AI arson is right
Okay.
here. I'm gonna
Okay.
follow. Let's follow each other. Let's do a follow
So
round. Everybody
cool.
needs to follow each other. Also, I see somebody requesting on stage that isn't even following me. I don't know what you're doing. But that's kind of the thing. Like, etiquette is that you follow a host if you want to, and a co-host if you want to come on stage. This kind of thing. So yeah, in the space, follow each other. Also, shout out now that I'm actually looking at my screen. On the device here, I see. And I saw a lot of Chadets moving around in and out the space too. So shout out to the Chadet community.
Mm.
Also, right, I didn't forget about you guys at all. See you on the timeline, moving, staying bullish. Exactly what you need to be doing. There we go.
We had somebody else requesting to come up on stage.
Yes, but also not following us. I don't know what is.
Oh,
Maybe as
81 followers.
Eh,
Uh.
so you got to vet a little bit harder, Tick, before you press that button.
I apologize. I didn't
No
even.
problem. Let's just say hi and see if he spams the shit out of us or something. Hello, Emmanuel. Buenos días. ¿Cómo está? Just assuming.
Is he here for? Is he just
Assuming
farming?
nationality. Yeah, I think so. All right.
Well, he looks like he may be based in.
No, no. If somebody's not responding before you know it,
Yeah.
your pin post will be blown up with pornography kind of stuff. We
Uh,
can't. I don't. It's
yeah,
Monday.
we
It's
can do
not
without it.
gonna vibe with Wild here at all.
We'll live without it. Yeah.
I've had that happen. They post like 18 things in there within a heartbeat, and it was just like, it was kind of, it was fun for once, but I'm not gonna do that again. So look.
It's not that time yet.
Exactly. You gotta be a minimum amount of bullish to be on stage, right? At least.
Cholana,
That's awesome.
Just to secure for Cholana was saying,
Yeah,
asking for a PFP change. No, we're all about love, no war.
Cholana was getting ready to watch some porn being pinned up on the jumbotron.
He was getting ready.
Yeah, he was like, "What is?" Just Wild, just rocked me out of some fun.
That's good.
So the Doginals also come with some life security. That's good.
Yes. Here we go. Wait, AI arson. Well, I think OG Peanut and I are just gonna go for a half hour coffee break here, a tea break, whatever. Because I see AI arson being on stage. Tick is gonna be triggered AF, and he's gonna talk for half an hour straight now. So yeah,
Oh,
let's
they want to
just
come up? That'd be
yeah, yeah,
awesome.
say hi. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
you guys are gonna geek out together. Let's go.
I just came up to pin up some porn. I don't know. I heard something about pinning
Right?
up
Oh,
porn up
yeah.
here.
Yeah, yeah. Chulana is like having a party right now. It's just somebody save me. There's gonna be porn.
Hey, you never know. You got to
Peanut
be
porn.
careful with these people out there. You never know. It's nice to
Peanut
meet you
porn.
guys.
Bring on these nuts. Welcome on stage, Arson. Good to have you.
Thank you. So nice to meet you guys. Just following around the nut, today.
Chasing that
So,
nut.
you got to, you have to, it's a diamond nut. I mean, come on. So, but it's super nice to meet you guys, and yeah, I'd love to hear you talk some more technical words, because it makes OG Peanut kind of like not he kind of like, I don't know if he cringes, but he just he's like, I have no sure, yes, okay, it's the only way I could get him to say yes. I'm like, hey, touch my repository, and he's like, yes, okay. So
I already love you. You just became best friends. Let me just. This is wonderful.
Are you
I like
using
to call it a
cursor?
depository sometimes.
Are you using
So
cursor?
I'm not. I do have it, but I'm
Yeah.
still. So he does amp me up to be a lot more than I am. So I
Hmm.
do appreciate him, but no, honestly, I love trying out all different types of AI tools.
Same.
That was the point of this account. So I'm one of those people who's got all of them, and
Same.
I'm just trying all of the. Oh, perfect,
Yeah.
perfect. So maybe we could do some some reviewing together, and
Yeah.
passing along some
Yeah,
tools to each
that's
other. Because
yeah.
yeah,
Every tool that comes, it's sick. I'm very sick.
right.
Every
Oh, we're
tool.
perfect for each other.
It's like I'm on YouTube like every like 6 hours. Like, ooh, I wonder what new models are out and how do I use them. But
And then
and
he
Oh God,
sends me them
yeah.
at 3 a.m. at
this
night.
yeah,
You,
this
you
week
gotta see this.
we've had like 6 this week. It's just like insane. Between
It's wild.
Minimax's new update, Manus also did an
Oh yeah.
update. GenSpark has like a little update, and then all the other models like the new Claude, the new
Uh huh.
I think there's a new GPT version as well, like 3.0 I think is a new release. Geez, what else?
I can't even keep up with the
Yeah, you
numbers.
can't, you
I
can't.
can't even keep up with the
Right.
numbers.
So it's
Well, then you guys, I have
mhm.
to introduce you guys then to my AI crew, who actually does. They do spaces, they do demos. They made something called the Machine, which, in my opinion, is so much better than Manus,
Wow.
and it
Yeah.
is wild. Like, I
Yeah.
would love to show it. And this is not a shill. This is like, honestly,
Yeah.
you know how it is when it's tools, and you're like, you just want to pass, like how you send it to Wild. She said
Yeah.
at 3 a.m.
Yeah. No,
You just want to
exactly.
share these tools.
Yeah, because I'm like, dude, do you understand what this can do for you? But no one sees the utility in it. Everyone's like, oh yeah, that's great. And I'm like, dude, I'm like, anything that you
No, no,
need
no,
to
you
do,
don't
you
get
could
it.
do it 1,000 times faster now, no matter what it is.
Uh-huh.
Like, damn, I'm like,
Oh,
I can't do the thinking for you, but yeah,
oh.
Abacus AI also has Chat LLM, which is kind of like a similar thing to Manus as well. But they also just did another release with their Super Agent, which is supposed to be pretty phenomenal. But I haven't.
I haven't tried that. Which one is
Yeah,
that?
it's Abacus AI, but
Okay.
I did pay. The thing about Abacus AI is I paid for a month um,
Hmm.
because I wanted to use the Deep Agent. So right now I'm going back on the website. I'm like, can you? I'm trying to see if you can use it for free like you can with Manus, because I paid for a month and I was very disappointed. I wish I would have just bought a month of Manus instead or something. It just felt like I wasted the $20. I hardly ended up
I
using
get
it
you.
all. So that happens as well. It's like, with these models,
That's why I
sometimes,
love reporting about these tools.
yeah,
They're so expensive, and it's like, how do we know which ones to put our money in?
yeah,
How do we know? You don't know until you try it. And half of these things, they don't have any free, like, just test it out.
yeah,
But that's why I love, like, my AI guys, because they're literally in spaces. They're in spaces constantly and letting you demo, letting you try, letting you see. They do spaces and they give away because their machine is by hours, so you pay like it's like $50 I think for like six. They're smaller ones, but I want to say like 6 or 9 hours, something like that. But they always give you, you come in the space, you show your face, and they give you hours. It's they're great people. They teach. They're teamed up with everybody. So we did a season last. It just ended 2 weeks ago. It was their season 8 of teaching on Twitter Spaces, and they gave us free GPUs and free APIs. So we made our own image and video generators right on in the class, and they
Wow.
were sponsored by DigitalOcean. So
Wow.
DigitalOcean gave us like GPUs and GPUs, 33. They were the A100 V1, whatever the heck they were, the 100 ones.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was wild though. So if you like AI, I would love to introduce you to them because they're
Yeah.
amazing, and
Yeah.
they've got the best tools out there. So their Pixio has every image and video generator on it, so it's like a one-stop shop. It's got music on it. It's got ways to help you with your prompting for your images. It's
Spell
got
that.
and their
Spell it for me.
Pixio, Pixio, Pixio.
And what is the
Yeah.
URL? Is it pix.io or is it
So
Pixio?
actually, I can DM you with the because like
Mm,
I said, I'm not trying to I'm just trying to pass along some good tools. Everybody's like,
yeah.
"Are you trying to shill?" And I'm just like, "No, I'm passionate about it. You got you
Yeah,
got
I'm
to know
looking
something. You
I'm
know what I'm
looking for
saying?"
something like what you're
So if
describing
you actually
actually
even
for
go
my
to my
own.
profile,
Yeah.
if you go to my profile, I believe I have Pixie. Oh, so Tech in Schools Initiative. My pinned tweet
Mm.
is the CEO, founder of Pixio.
You're
Hmm.
so
So
cute. Wild, I sent you a DM. Maybe we can do this while they finish this off.
Right.
absolutely.
I'm like trying to get a room, you guys.
Wow. Jeez.
Hey man,
Okay.
No,
when you
it's
like these cool things, man, can't
it's
Yeah.
help
all
it.
good. It's all good. I was just, having some time to actually go through the comments, and I just, died laughing because of Talana's comments.
We're like the
So,
same we're the same people that were delusional about Bitcoin all those years ago. We're the same way about AI. We're like, "Oh my god, can you believe this? Look at this." And everyone else is like, "Yeah, that's great. Like cool."
Yeah,
But the
just
people that are
wait,
yeah,
just wait.
yeah, exactly. Because it's like in my head I can see 3 years from now. And like I'm like, oh my god, this is so exciting, you guys! Can you even imagine what's coming? Like, cause I can, and everyone's like, yeah, I don't see it. I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, in the next 3 to 5 years, watch any interview with like a ex Google CEO or like anyone that's like OpenAI or any of these CEOs from like these very large multi trillion dollar companies, and like what they're talking about, what's coming in the next 5 years. They say that it's that all that things are going to be like wildly different is an understatement, that and no one can even imagine how much different things are going to be. That's basically what the consensus is, that we are not prepared for what's coming. Minimax is an open source AI agent, by the way. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's absolutely phenomenal, and I do highly recommend you check out Minimax. It just got the new version just came out this week, the Minimax agent, and it's just making serious waves in the AI uh, industry. So yeah, check it out. And then AI Arsenals, I will check out that link that you were talking about as well. And are you familiar with Chatette Crew? AR Arsenals?
Of course.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, of
I was
course.
gonna say
Yeah.
I feel like
Actually
you'd
made him
fit
a I
into
made him a video.
cool. I
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
No, I love them. Great people.
they
Absolutely.
are, yes.
Absolutely great. I try to support as many people as I can here that are just, grinding and doing great things. So, yeah, absolutely love the chatettes. Great people. Made them a video that they really liked. So, that was cool, I just
Dude,
being able
what?
to contribute to all these great projects.
That's
So,
what I've been doing for fun too, is like making video. I just made a video for S&P 500 yesterday, and
love it.
yeah, I made a couple for them yesterday. Actually, I made two of them
Is it on
yesterday.
your profile?
Yeah, it is on my profile.
Perfect.
There's two of them that I posted from yesterday. I actually made two videos yesterday. So one of them is the Wall Street room one that's from 13 hours ago, and then they
Okay.
actually did one. So I reposted Kadam Meta Life. That's the post right under. That's the one that they did. When I told them that, I was like, you guys should do some like videos, like make some content, something eye catching, that so that when people and they're like, okay, that's a good idea. And so then they did, and I was like blown away at what they created. I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. I love, I love it when people win. And then the other one I did was 22 hours ago. That's on my profile as well. It says, thanks again to S&P 500 Solana for showing us the meme token portfolio reward. And so it's another little 8-second video clip. But
Nice. I'm looking
yeah.
right now. So yeah.
Well, check the
Very
first one. I'm so proud of the one with the lady talking. I think it's so damn funny. Sound on for that one.
Definitely. Yeah, yeah. I'm scrolling right now, so I'm just on your timeline looking. So very cool. Yeah, yeah. And I'll put that
I
as soon
just
as it's
dying
done.
to
I'll put the
hear you
sound on.
guys. This conversation between you two. It's as me stitches. And I'm not
That's
the only one. Look in the comments.
oh my god.
Shalana says, you are pre-workout as well. OG Peter just DM'd me like, shall I drive to you? We go out to dinner. I'll drive back and then we'll close the space.
Oh my god,
Hey,
dude.
well, you know what? It
That is
takes a
bullish,
while for us
though.
to get this stuff out.
Bullish on you guys. That's great. That is great. I mean, I'm trying my best
Dude.
with this whole AI thing. I'm getting there. I'm always,
You will.
making my own content with my own super bullish everyday Good Morning Post
No.
movies. But yeah, there's a lot to win here. I was trying to hold on, Tick. I'm going into a teaching.
Use the AI to help use AI though. That's like the number one tip that I always tell people. I'm like, anything that you're thinking about doing and you don't feel inspired, tell ChatGPT, give me 10 creative, non-obvious ideas for something to market my favorite meme token. If you're bored and you can't think of anything, and it'll give you 10 ideas, suggestions of things that you can do to, show how bullish you are. That's just one example off the top of my head, but I use AI all the time to help me.
But when you use the wrong AI, you're kind of getting like a boomer answer.
Oh, for sure.
Sometimes AI is so boomerish, and I'm just like, really? I could have done
Well,
better.
that's why you ask Tick. You say, Tick, what's the top AI right now? Like, what's the best one for me to use? And then he tells you, and you won't get some crappy.
At the
I love this. Yes.
At the top, Perplexity AI is going to be up there with one of the best tools. Each tool has its own application, but like if you want research about stuff with like actual facts from the internet that are verifiable, you can use Perplexity AI to help you research whatever it is that you want to create content about. So you basically use a stack of models for anything you want to do to have the best results. So you want to use like sometimes up 3 models, the S&P 500 one. I used a couple models for that one.
Oh, really?
I used 3. I used Veo 3. I used HeyGen. I used CapCut. So yeah.
Now you know what you heard about CapCut though, and what they're doing now. I mean, I don't know how long they've been doing it for, but now they actually have the right to use any of your stuff. So be careful with that.
That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise
Without
me.
your permission, they can just take your stuff and they can put it on, use it for advertising. It's
and it's a good thing that you say that. But like for myself, like I realize that that's just how the internet is with these sorts of things. With YouTube's the same thing. Anything you upload on YouTube, you're signing your rights over. It's now public. It's their property now. So it's like, you got to be aware of that. Anything that you have that's like proprietary for commercial purposes, host it on your own server and then point to it or whatever, so that it's actually your data, your intellectual property.
Yeah, it's wild. Oh, you know what I can pass along to you guys though, is that I believe they're still doing it. I think I can help you guys get VO3 for free.
Yes, help me. Yeah, I'm using Google. Did you say you have to be a student?
No, but I'll tell you how.
Okay.
Get a temporary email. You get a temporary email.
I use temp email all the time. Yeah. Dude,
it's
perfect. Get into
I use four already.
What is it?
Yeah. All right.
VO4.
Oh, VO. No, you're joking me, right? There's VO4.
Yeah.
I don't think it's out yet, is it?
Yeah. But it's when you go to Open Art has it, but you need to have so many credits to do it, and it's in beta. So
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
Look at Wild. See,
that
she's
must
got
be
the
so
alpha.
expensive. Yeah, she's
Well,
got even more alpha than us. What? That's
What's
crazy.
well,
that, Wild? You're holding
I
You
move in
said
mysterious ways.
she's an AI shark. Yeah.
But
Uh,
but
back.
yeah,
Love it.
like I said, it's gonna cost you a shit ton. I haven't touched
yeah,
it
dude.
yet because it was just
Like
trying to
50 bucks a video or
right now.
something. Some of these are
Well,
like 10 bucks a
but
video.
I want to do something for the dojo dogs with it.
Yeah.
But very, I have a whole scene in my head already how I want it. I just gotta make it. And but yeah, it is. There is already in beta testing.
That is
Um,
cool.
and so you get a little discount because it's in beta. But then again, I had did that 3 in beta as well, and it wasn't working that well. Kling was still working way better, right?
Mm.
So kind of like I don't know, it's gonna cost a lot and do the beta. Maybe it's not that great. So
I don't
I'm
get
kind of
that
like,
though. What like? Why are you charging us to use your beta? I
yeah,
hate that. I just it's like shouldn't
That's
you be paying
insane.
us to test this
yes,
stuff for you?
exactly,
Well,
yes,
Google Labs, you can. So, but I've already used all my generations. But with Flow and Whisk on Google Labs, you can actually
I love Google Labs. Yeah.
they're free to use. So I've done a lot of stuff in Whisk, and Flow. But yeah, I'm like pretty much tapped out on all my credits. I also do
Well, so
Mhm.
that's where you can get that student stuff. Just I'll give you that because I found it on
Yeah.
YouTube under the Mina Marketing guy. He's got a
Yes.
link where you sign up as a student, so you can use all that stuff for free.
Okay, I think I saw the link for that video yesterday on YouTube. It was like use Veo 3 for free, and I was in the middle of doing something,
Yeah.
so I never got around to watching the video. I did
I can
send
grab
you,
the link. I
yeah,
have the link for you. Yeah.
I sent you the URL in your DM to
Okay,
our
cool.
Telegram channel. That's where the What's the Ticker Telegram channel is where we like share links and URLs and content. It's easier just to chat in there. There's not a whole lot of spam or anything.
well,
It's a pretty quiet channel.
yeah.
So
Well, if you are
Okay.
on X and you're sharing outbound links on X, it can hurt your account, right? So
Yes.
that's why
Yeah.
you get to do that through different channels. So that's why you have the TG, and you can go to our website and figure that out. But I want to ask you, Arsenal, before I have like 5 minutes left after to do it. But I want to ask you: do you have? Would you be interested in co-hosting a space on a certain day with Tick here? I'll be your host to secure the space. But anytime that you want
Sure.
to, maybe collab with Tick around because there is a lot of alpha around this, and people are not sure. And we get sometimes we have like a shill space, and we go so off into rabbit holes with the AI because it is bullish, but it's kind of needing its own space, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. I'd love to do
yeah.
that. Thank you so much for even asking.
I'm pretty
Yeah. And if
blown
you guys
away
wanted to,
that we even found you.
if you guys
I'm
wanted to,
like,
I'd love to introduce you to my guys, and they would even come in and do like a demo space.
yeah.
So if you guys ever
Awesome.
want to check out their stuff, they would come in, they would teach.
Only if the audience holds nuts. Sorry, but
Gotta hold some
That's
nuts. Get
that's my boss. Whatever he
you
says
gotta
goes.
you
So
gotta hold the nuts.
You gotta hold
Otherwise,
some nuts. We do a
otherwise
collab
no
space.
classes.
Well, you can sit on stage with me. We'll go out to dinner. We'll just leave that.
Yes,
there you go.
ma'am.
There you go. There you go. So yeah, let's go ahead and figure that out in DMs, Tick,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I
go
love
ahead
that.
and touch base.
Yeah, it's super
And
exciting.
Thank you for asking, Wild.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for asking. It would be
No,
a
it's
pleasure
bullish.
to.
It's bullish, and we get a lot of questions around that too. And of course, Tick gets all these questions all the time too, and he's so bullish on it. So we should have more of this on X in combination with crypto also, and I'm sure it will. These spaces will lead to some brain sessions, some brainstorming, and some brain farts for people how to do things better, how to run their projects better, how to make your own account better, your own brand, or somehow this alpha will find there's a puzzle piece that will land in your puzzle with this. So yeah, let's go ahead and go.
Ass think we make it?
Yeah.
Look at this motherfucker. He just hit it big with S&P 500. You stupid sack of shit. How about you buy yourself a bag of S&P 500 and quit shitting all over yourself every goddamn day? Jesus Christ. Pathetic. Did your stupid ass think
Oh my God,
Oh, I'm glad you like it.
Take that pathetic. pathetic at the end,
Right.
that's just you. That because you use that, so I recognize that you made it just because of the pathetic. It's pathetic. That is just so in your vocabulary, so recognize that.
Oh
Right, so
man.
you.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, I was cracking up, dude. I was laughing too much at that. I
At
just
me.
where I love how it starts. Did your dumbass think you were gonna make it big on Wall Street, or what
Yeah.
is it? Yeah, it's just the way that it's
Well,
phrased
sometimes
is
you just
perfect.
wake up with that. I just woke up, like I told you immediately. I said good morning to you. I was like, Tig, I just woke up thinking about how to make a meme for 1,000x with having
Mm,
Jesus doing the multiplying of the fish and the wine, but then
yeah,
1,000xing it,
yeah.
right? So I should have my brain being hooked up to AI like straight up
Um,
when you wake up in the morning.
yeah.
And so it just starts generating what's in your thoughts.
Give me a synopsis here. I kind of want to see if I can make that video real quick. It's so Jesus is turning water into wine, and what happens though, he inadvertently
Thousand
creates,
Xing it.
oh, and he
He's
is
thousand Xing his wine. I
Yeah.
love it.
applying the wine by
And then you need to
1000
have like a caption, something with blessings. We just don't multiply with 1,000x, something like that.
Love it.
x multiplying over 1,000 times. um Okay, so let's make a comical video of Jesus turning water into wine, but
Hilarious
the
Jesus.
joke is
Can I
he.
just ask one question in between all the AI fantastic interesting stuff? You were gonna
You sound
you were
really
go-
convinced about that, yes?
you were gonna pull up the chart. I'm still
Oh
waiting.
yeah, I had
Oh,
pulled it up
nice.
on CoinGecko. I had pulled it up. I had
Sorry, I distracted.
I had pulled it up on the CoinGecko, and yeah, you could see it's up, like it was up 34%. I'll pull it up again on the
Yeah, but you
24
never
hour.
said anything about it.
I'm
You were just
sorry, 39.4%. I'm sorry,
yeah,
39.4% on the
OG
24
peanut.
hour. It is. Let's see. Where's the volume on here? But let's see. Anyway, yeah. Where do you see the price impact chart? That is on the. I can't remember how to see that. You scroll down, and then there's a way to kind of see your price impact, like how much you can buy up to without. Oh, is this it right here? So yeah, about $4,000. Yeah, it takes about $4,000 to do a 2% price impact. So you can still buy a
Yeah, we have
bag.
a massive liquidity pool, which
That's
Mm,
is
why I want to touch on that straight away, you guys, because not
okay.
just look at that chart, not just look at that, because that price impact of 4K and then only raising 2%, that's because the LP is fat here. So it
mm,
can actually draw these whales in, because whales like a fat LP, right? They don't want to have price impacts of 10-20%. They want to be even Steven mostly. So their bag doesn't gain or lose much, right? And they like to move like the way that moves. So when it does go up, right, the volatility comes in. It's the chart is stabilized in such a way that when the pumps come in, it will favor buy pressure over sell pressure this way. So yes, fat LP. Look at that LP. That's what it should be, right? And I'm sure that the OG penis worked hard on that because building something like that takes a while too. So bullish on that.
yeah,
Also,
sitting at
you guys,
under a half mil market cap still. So still.
yeah. Well, you guys know about liquidity pools, so I'm bullish on that. Any project does not know about liquidity pools immediately has like a little bit of a down for me, like a little mark on the wrong side because
Mm.
you should, and because it's important and it's important for longevity of a chart and the project, therefore too. So yes, one hell of a chart, nice moves, right? Especially also because we need to consider the overall market sentiment is not the greatest at the moment. And it's, look, I'm just going to be honest, it's not going to be the greatest throughout the summer. So if you find bullish projects like this, with a bullish community like that, right, that are, working throughout the summer, making moves, I guess that's the best place to be. And so, yeah, check out that These Nuts, also their NFT collection, These Nuts, OG Peanut here on stage with us.
Yes, yes.
Was that a good shield for you, OG Peanut? Is that good? Did I do okay?
Yeah, we can speak on a maybe a better show over dinner, but it's okay.
Well, let's
Oh,
do it.
now
Let's
you're
do a
now you're
shill.
turning up the riz. No, now
Let
you're turning up the riz.
let
I
me get
like
a
it though.
video. Let me get a video of what is it? Talking about the mint. So yeah, today the mint went live today, and give us another quick rundown so I can just splice it up pretty easily.
These nuts are going to be a pivotal moment, I think, in our ecosystem. They will have a lot of utility in the future. It's really the start of something much bigger. And as you mentioned before, the website is it's not going to be just a landing page, but it's going to be an adventure. And there might be some hidden nuts in the forest every now and then. So that's going to be a nice gamification of the NFTs, and gaming is involved. Well, I've got Miss AI Arsenal here, who is crazy about AI and who is going to implement all sorts of incredible stuff. Um, we're truly going to bring fun back to meme coins, but also reward those who honor the huddle culture, because that's something that we try and get back. Get people familiar with NFTs and crypto in a fun way. So that's where gaming comes along, and really touch on all generations. So make it accessible for children to play the game, and then it's interesting for the parents to see, hey, my children can actually make some money and have some savings, um, and we only need a nut for it, and then they can play the game and do so. So yeah, we're thinking 20 steps ahead. So yeah, check us out, check the content out. It's absolutely amazing. We have an incredible team, which is
Maybe I'm
absolutely
now starting to, because I talked to somebody today about he was saying he was going to lead some coding courses for children over the summer.
Oh, cool.
And I was like, well, have you thought about bringing crypto into that, right? And that is for children for 3, 4 and up, like till 7 years
Oh,
old. They have
wow.
like these, yeah, yeah, yeah. So they do that coding through games.
That is so
that's
cool.
Yeah.
That is
awesome.
so cool that you're doing that. That is so
Connect me,
cool.
yeah, connect me
Yeah.
with
So
those
yeah,
people.
we need to maybe do some real life connections there too, because they don't have the crypto thing, the coding down. And it's like, well, I was already telling him like you should involve crypto in that because that's going to be for them so important, bro. And so
Absolutely.
yeah, so there must be a way forward with that. But there are actually like summer schools that do that now, that offer these coding courses over the summer for even the tiniest kids, right? They make it custom for them as well.
That's so
And
cool.
yeah, yeah. Also, if you're in a country where that isn't the case, right? Maybe you can make some connection, make that happening, because you never know. A lot of what this conversation was about with that guy in particular was for children in the city that maybe their parents do not have the finance to leave and go on nice vacations, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so but yeah, then teaching these children something that usually they don't have the money for these courses for, and that they can spend their summer having fun with this, and they can actually maybe start to be triggered into having a career, or maybe more learning in that direction to begin with, like
I love
foster a
that.
little bit of motivation towards that. And especially for these children that are usually, when that happens, they're a little bit, maybe not as much exposed to all of that as they should be then. So that's why we had that conversation this afternoon, a little meeting around that, because I was just trying to do financial support of these things, right? Because I think it's important
So
for the,
wild. Please definitely let us know, because like
yeah.
the AI guys that I deal with are teachers, and every time somebody subscribes to their platform, they give it to a student for free. So
Yes, that's
like
so bullish, right? Yeah, that's
yeah.
what should happen.
So like
Yeah,
definitely maybe we can even connect them with the TSI guys, and
yeah.
they could probably, because they would definitely do something with them for all of their platforms, with the because they have stuff on there for kids too, with the image generations and LLM models and stuff. So and I know that they would give back, and because like I said, they give it everybody, every student, every time somebody signs up, there's a student in New York that gets a free subscription for life. Not even, so even if somebody else subscribes for a month, they give it to them for life. So
Wow, that's
definitely
great.
be able to
That's
get
great. Yeah, I really love people doing that stuff, especially in the crypto. We should, right? If we want to push this forward, we should be dragging um, new generations in. Raise them with it, and especially the AI. I mean, that's going to be a part of their life, hardcore. And for some parents may not see that, right? And then I think the community needs to step up and help these kids out. Also with the coding and
absolutely,
everything, right? So I think
absolutely,
that's just a responsibility that you have in the place that you live in, if you can, right? So yeah.
absolutely.
Tick says, "I'll be right back. 1 second. 1 second, Tick." It's very good. I gotta close out the space because I have one call of the day left, and then I'm gonna be minting some nuts. There we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
Let's do the outro here.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you see the video? I made the Jesus wine.
Oh, you made the Jesus
Yeah,
one. Let's go.
yeah. I put it on your page.
On my
Yeah, on your
timeline.
wall. Yeah, on your timeline. Yeah.
Is it? Oh my.
Let
Oh,
me see.
oh my God! It's South Park.
Yeah.
I love it.
I was surprised with the result. Hold on, I don't.
I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, I don't see it now
Hold
either.
on.
Why the hell?
I got to pull that up on the desktop right now. Hold on.
I wonder
Oh
why.
man,
Why don't I see
that
it?
is funny that you did that. The
Did
South
I?
Park.
Did I not post it on your?
Yeah, you did. Hold on. It's just I'm not past it.
Oh, I put it onto one of her replies. I'm sorry. I forgot what
No
I did.
problem.
Um, on her good morning post, you go there and then you go to the replies, and I'm on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and share this in the deal too. There we go. So everyone can check that out, and then I'll put it on the jumbo. Yeah, I was surprised.
Oh, commenting. Our Tick and Arso are going to have beautiful AI babies.
Did you see what I said?
Yeah. Oh
As
my
long as
God.
they fold clothes and they come out, like teaching me other languages and doing all that cool robotic stuff, I'm good with it.
Yeah.
Kalana's saying about Tick, ever since that dog put on that white hat, he became a menace.
Oh,
So,
that is so funny.
The comments are going wild though.
Oh my god, dude, I love
This
that.
is great, good humor. I'm trying to. I got it here, but then I didn't get it there. Hold on. What is that? Oh, you put it. Oh, is I put it on jumbotron as well. Let's just go ahead and do that. That's easier. There we go. Here we go. And then I need to put the volume
Truth
here.
and the light. To the moon. Remember, I am the way, the truth, and the light. But to the moon.
All right, that's enough.
It still turned out pretty. I mean, it would have been cool if I put a 1000x banner that flies into the scene. I could do. I could always do some.
Tweak it.
Yeah.
All right. But let's do this one now, and then we'll go ahead and have more fun tomorrow.
What
same
will
time,
we do?
Same space. What's the ticker?
Yeah. What's the ticker?
Yeah.
What's the ticker? Where's it at?
Yes.
What is the ticker? Where's it at? I got crypto in the bag, send the CA in the chat. Gonna ape another fact. Got a runner on the map, so line of sniping like a cat. And the Sowie is moving quickly. I'm the squeeze them where they at. I'm trying to bring the Mimquins back. 1000x is gonna land. I got him chilling in the back, and the gas fees are gonna slap. Where's the ticker? Where's it at?
Yes, what a great space again today. Thank you all for joining. Follow each other. Stay bullish on yourself, right? We'll see you again tomorrow. Same time, same space. Tick.
Stay bullish, my friends. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Yeah, mint some nuts.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.